up, everybody? Welcome again to our Sacramento Acoustic podcast. I'm Jasen Koster. Our guest tonight has been a good friend of mine for almost 20 years. We grew up playing music together in the Sacramento area. He is also the lead singer of my band, Some Seek Forgiveness. And I now introduce to you Mr. Zack Kollross.
What's up, everybody?
Zach.
My name is Zack Kollross.
And he hearts lamp. Anyway, so introducing, as we introduce my guest, I just want to ask, how are you, Zach?
You know, I'm doing great, man.
So, you just got married, right?
Yeah.
It's been a week now.
Yeah.
Actually, how
Yeah.
are you enjoying it?
Almost 2 weeks. It's great. Yeah. I get people to kiss my ring all the time, and, you know, it makes life great. Grand. You know, respect the ring.
So to get into the music, give us a little insight of your musical background. Like, what interests you? What sparked it? Was there anyone in your family that helped, give you that push into music?
Well, my grandmother gave me the biggest push of anybody. When I was really young, she bought me an acoustic guitar and got me one free lesson with it. And the only thing I brought out of that was how to play the theme to the original Batman series. And then I never picked up the guitar again for several years because I started listening to really horrible 80s hip-hop and, putting my pants on backwards and trying to do my hair into a tower fro.
We all got totally crossed out. I was there, I remember.
Yeah. So, I mean,
we were the Miggity Mac Daddies.
I found myself in a very mixed time in my life, and, and then one day, I was over at Justin's house. You remember Justin, my neighbor across the street.
Good friend of mine.
And his stepdad was playing Metallica's Black album on the radio, and I just remember hearing the songs from when I was younger, and I was like, I love this. I love this song. This is awesome, So I picked up an electric guitar for my birthday that year and started learning how to play and got a couple of lessons. I only got about maybe a month's worth of lessons.
Do you remember how old you were?
Oh, God. I was 15, 16, right in there, 15, 16. And I took a couple of lessons with this really awesome dude named Tony, who now works at Skips Music and still teaches guitar there.
Right.
And, I picked up songs like Smells Like Teen Spirit and Master of Puppets to start my guitar learning. And
right. So after that, you said you took your guitar lesson for about a month, and then started doing it all on your own, right?
Yeah, exactly. I took guitar lessons and at the guitar lessons, all I really did was learn those two songs,
right?
And a couple of no effects songs here and there,
Right.
I didn't really learn any structure or any particular, names of chords and stuff like that. I just learned what I wanted to hear, and he was happy to teach it to me because he was getting paid.
Exactly.
So, that's great. But after the lessons ran out, I continued to just learn on my own, pick up tablature and learn songs, and just progressive followed along that. And then you introduced me to a band called Nothing Face, which totally switched up everything I had going on.
Yeah, I remember those days.
I went from Metallica to punk rock, like No Effects and Bad Religion and Pennywise and stuff. And then into bands like Nothing Face and Incubus, that actually the same year.
Yeah.
And System of a Down came out that year, and
I remember there was a lot of really original bands, original sounds that were coming out in that era. Such as Nothing Face, System of a Down, Incubus, was doing something different back then, as well as suddenly Slipknot, came out.
Right.
It started to get more hardcore as our influences, began to change, and we've always been, you and I have always been very diverse in our taste in music in general. Which I think we've incorporated in our songwriting and everything today.
Definitely a big influence in what we do today. Every little piece of music that we listened to when we were younger became some little bit of what we're doing now. I find us all the time talking about, remember that one song of that one band? This sounds just like it, but not. Oh, it's awesome. Let's keep that. Let's push that influence in there.
Exactly.
Inject it.
Exactly. It's always a lot of fun to bring out, you know, your old influences, even things that we listened to before we became musicians. I remember, you know, listening to a lot of music my mom had introduced me to, such as like Led Zeppelin, Steely Dan, you know, a lot of classics like that.
Yeah.
And even today, I find myself, you know, using those influences in the way that I write music. How about you?
I find myself doing the exact same thing. Actually, I was just listening to Pink Floyd's The Wall before I went to work today, and then a good friend of ours, Andy, had posted something on Facebook with a mariachi band covering Another Brick in the Wall Part 2 that was phenomenal, that just blew my friggin' mind.
Right.
And and just hearing it from a completely different genre, that song played in mariachi, as an example, it reminds me of everything that I listen to comes out in our genre of music that we're playing now. Even though they came from different backgrounds, they're injected directly into what we do now.
So now we're going to get started. We're going to play a little acoustic ditty. We're going to do a cover song, actually, by one of our influences. This song is called A Crow Left of the Murder by Incubus. And Zach will be doing the singing, as he does in our bands. I will be doing the strings, as I do in the bands.
Alright.
You ready?
Let's do it.
Ditch what I read, behind what I heard. Look, find, free. Till you get it, till you get it. When it light individual, there's two straight roads, meander. Every piece contains a map of it all, evidence.
Thank you very much for that. Let's talk a little bit about some of the local music that you're into.
A lot of my influences in the local music scene, you know, just to name a few, would be bands like I Wish We Were Robots, Awaiting the Apocalypse, A Skylit Drive.
Yeah.
There was a band that broke up not that long ago called 10 After 2 that I'm really into. I really like to listen to their stuff.
Yeah, they were really good.
You know, it's sad after one album. That's what happens sometimes. Band dies after one album. Does great. It's on the shelves in places like Hot Topic, and then all of a sudden, so. But yeah, we've got a lot of good music going on here. The Walking Dead has been playing here since, you know, you and I were little shitheads, and
10 years now, yeah.
Yeah, 10 years, and you know, Andy is very good at what he does, and you know, I don't know why they're not, you know, national, but they could be. They should be.
Absolutely.
They should be on tour with bands like NoFX and stuff like that. I think they fit really well in with that crowd.
Absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah, and you know, there's a lot of locals around us, you know, that bands that we like, that we've been playing with. You know, we haven't even had a chance to play with I Wish We Were Robots yet. You know.
Well, technically we did, but not under the new, you know, flagship name.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
We played with them before. You know, I did when I was in Of Ashes for a little while. You know, another good local band that died. And you know, we will have a chance to play with them again in the future for sure. You know, I love those guys.
Absolutely, those guys are getting ready to go on tour too, so watch out for that. I Wish We Were Robots.
Yeah. Burn the Dance Floor Tour 2012, baby. Check it out.
Hitting the States. It's happening.
It's happening.
Yeah, definitely. There's also bands like Rise From Within, who just recently changed their name to Madison Avenue.
Yeah, yeah. They're a wonderful band. Great skill, great work, good music. You know, I hope that the you know, changing of their name didn't dampen any of their fans, or you know, they didn't lose anything in the process of doing that, because that's one of the dangers of getting popular behind one name and then changing it. Not everybody keeps up to date with it on a day-to-day, so all of a sudden the band that they thought they were listening to, they don't know who they are.
Right. Speaking of Ashes, let's talk about some of the bands that you've been in the past.
Yeah, started in 1999 with a band called The Illicit. Then after that, didn't do music for many years, I would have to say. Tried to keep in touch with those guys, kind of lost it. Then you moved away, and your brother and I, Joseph, kind of got together and wanted to play, and I would go over to your mom's house, and he'd have his drum set up in the bedroom, and I'd come over with my guitar, and we'd, you know, knock out a couple of riffs, and we'd basically play covers until our ears bled.
Right.
And then we decided we wanted to try and take it further, so we picked up a bass player that I got in contact with over the Sacramento News and Review website from an ad. And his name was Benny, and we started to try and write this kind of punk rock metal fusion music, which ended up kind of blowing up in our face because Benny was kind of a jerk nose, and so that kind of blew up in our face, and me and Joe kind of started beating it out, just the two of us, you know, trying to come up with something fresh, something new. And then you moved back and joined us in doing that, and that's when we kind of started the beginnings of Iridescent, and which I would consider to be my second band that I ever played in. And we got, I'd say, about 7 or 8 songs deep on that. You know, we played our first show was 3 covers and 3 originals, and we had no bass player. We had no bass player, and we met a bass player at our first show. Remember Shane?
That's right.
Yeah, we met Shane at our first show, and that was cool. We had Shane for quite a while. We played a bunch of shows with him, and then he decided, you know, he wanted to kind of go his own way, and you know,
ventured off and moved to Santa Cruz.
Ventured off, and I think he moved back to Santa Cruz and got married, and now he's doing some stuff now that's a little bit different, a little more on the techno side, but yeah, it's cool. It's cool. He's doing what he wanted to do.
You went dubstep.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Alright, so that's our dubstep.
Step. Alright. So anyway, that was fun. We did a lot of good stuff. We ended up getting into an area, I feel, personally, where we weren't moving forward. We were having more arguments than we were making music, and I had an opportunity to join another band as a singer, and tried out for a band called Avashes. They had just lost their singer and or fired him. I don't remember what the case was now, but that was cool. Joining up with them, I learned a lot, and you know, and we didn't have a lot of iridescent band practice during that time. You know, I know that you ventured off and did something a little bit too.
Yeah, I remember I ventured off and did I Hate Everything with Tony, the bass player for The Walking Dead now. He was playing the drums for us. And Graydon Day, who used to play the guitar for The Walking Dead.
So, but yeah, I mean, I was doing the Avashes thing, you were doing the I Hate Everything thing, and and
so many things. We
moved on and learned and grew, and then our bands died for whatever reason, you know, in the end. And we got back together and we started working on fresh stuff, new stuff. We didn't pick up any of the old music. We started completely from scratch.
That's also because we picked up again so easily, I think, because even though the band Iridescent had ceased, our passion and creativity together never died. So the works of recreating our band was always there. So maybe Iridescent is gone, but we have created something, I believe, 10 times better with Some Seek Forgiveness.
Absolutely, absolutely. I feel that the music that we're doing now is so much more than what we had before, and it continues to evolve and get better with every single riff that we write. And we go back over and we will play that same friggin' riff until we're all retarded of hearing it. And then we do it one more time just for, you know, kicking the goat off the cliff. And
for the sake of pissing my brother off.
For the sake of pissing your brother off and having him say, I'm out of the band. So, yeah, and we do a lot better now. And I feel that we're going to continue to make that progressive movement and continue forward and just have a wonderful musical future.
Well, let's talk about our additions to the band. We were just a three-piece before, three-piece. And we've actually extended.
Yeah, we are still a three-piece at the core, even though we've invited John Mendonza, our bass player, into the group, who brings a lot of fresh ideas, a lot of musical talent. He writes music in his own spare time. He's actually, by heart, a guitar player, but picks up the bass and does very well with it. He brings in his own kind of style that he's developed over the years, you know, and just adds something really good to what we've got going on, and just brings all kinds of freshness to our melting pot of a band.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I just gotta say, you know, he's also kind of my favorite because most of the time when I am right, he says that I'm right, so therefore I get not one but 2 votes for being right.
All right, you can have that one.
But then there's James though. James,
our little guy who just wants to be nourished. He's so sensitive in his own, but he's actually a very, very, very good guitarist.
He is a very, very talented guitarist, and you know, considering the fact that he's gonna see this video, I can't admit what he actually is, but he's very good at the guitar. Like me, and brings a lot of skill and talent, and uniqueness to his instrument.
Right.
You know, and he brings in a lot of the stuff that the rest of us really don't have, to be honest with you, is he can name chords and, you know, recite sheet musical, you know, terminology that I can't even remember, you know, back from my college days.
Yeah, he's the one in the band that if we ever had to write out our music, we're making him do it. We're going to play another song.
Let's play another song.
What are we going to play?
We're going to perform a duet today. And this is in the key of whatever you tune the guitar to.
Standard E.
And,
I know that much.
and it's written by one of our influences, actually, I would have to say, from the very beginning, the Smashing Pumpkins. Even though a lot of people, you know, chalk Billy Corgan's vocals up to someone strangling a cat underwater, I really think that despite his horribly sounding voice, he has really wonderful music and can sing pretty when he wants to.
He is actually one of my biggest influences and one of my favorite singer-songwriters. Despite what people think about his voice, doesn't bother me any. He's good at what he does.
That's right. That's right. So this little tune is from the album
Melancholy and the Infinite Sadness.
That's right. And this song is called Porcelina of the Vast Oceans.
can talk about?
Well, I definitely want to, give props out to a lot of the local bands that have actually helped support us as well. One being I Wish We Were Robots. They're a big influence of mine, of course, I've already mentioned, but as well as they helped us record our first demo. Anthony Bellerin helped us record that demo. And he was so
Shout
kind.
out.
Yeah, shouts. And he was so kind to let us actually use his printer so that we could print out about 100 CDs.
Yeah. Available now.
Available now on come to our show and buy it. And yeah, he helped out a lot with giving us the printer to use to print out those wonderful demo CDs.
Yeah.
And helping produce and spending hours and hours and hours, racking his ears over our horribly created recordings, which aren't horrible if you want to buy the CD. They're wonderful, actually. The Suckerpunks have helped out a lot with recording some live video for us just recently, Clutching Daisies, which it's about the only place you're going to hear it unless you come to a show because it's not recorded. And that came out really good, really good. They also put together a couple of videos for us for two of the songs off the demo, Moments Between Sleep and Escape Plan.
Yes.
And will probably continue to help us out a lot in the video audio department and helping us get out there in the scene a little bit more.
Absolutely.
And yeah, that's about all I got.
So, how do you feel about playing for Sacramento? Like, how are the people that come to our shows? The Sacramento.
The people that come out to our shows, they're not just friends. A lot of them are friends like family.
Yeah.
And some of them actually are family.
Yeah.
On a rare occasion, some of our family comes out. But they're really, the fans themselves are pretty supportive of bands that they know, their local bands, and a lot of them make a good effort to try and come out to shows and support their local bands and their local music. Some of them can't afford to get out to some of the shows. We play a lot of $10 shows, and for 16 and under, it's kind of hard to scrounge up $10 with no job, and your parents telling you to clean your room, and you don't want to do that. You just want to get high. So, yeah, I'd say that our local fan base and local musicians have a lot going on in the city, and I'm proud to be in it.
Yeah, same here. Absolutely. Can't deny that. Absolutely. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna play our last song, which this will be Zack solo playing another cover that we've decided to do. So,
just so you know, I didn't bring any original material on purpose, because the last time I did, I really embarrassed the crap out of Jasen because I wrote the song about him. So I didn't want to bring that one and play it for you guys and ruin his career.
You can't embarrass me any more than I embarrass myself most of the time.
It's a little piece by another one of my influences, Alice in Chains.
Love that.
This song is called Say Goodbye, Don't Follow. And Jason's going to help out with a little bit of vocal stuff.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, he will help. Not hinder.
Or destroy.
Here we go.
Hey, I never going home. cold and down and take me home. Oh. Yeah, take me home. Oh, take me home. Yeah. Take me home. Take me home. Say goodbye, don't follow.
All right. I just want to say thanks a lot, Zach, for coming in. You've been a lot of fun.
Yep, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. I can't wait. You will have the opportunity to do this again sometime in the future. So maybe next time we could do some new covers, or you could do some originals. All up to you. We could always have fun with it. It's kind of our thing. It's all about music. Really.
Oh, well, you know, next time I will bring a little taste of originality. Leave the covers alone for a while.
Though they are fun. So I just want to conclude this Sacramento Acoustic Podcast. I'm Jasen Koster. This is Zack Kollross, and we are signing out. Good night.
Out!
Yeah, Sacramento.